The 31 cheapest cities for early retirement. Look at this. Watch this. Whoa, whoa. My man Mike from Connecticut. Oh, come here, buddy. Pablo. All right, he just emailed me about how if he's going to stay in Connecticut in retirement, it's going to cost him 500,000 bones. That's a lot of bones. That's a lot of scratch. So he's like, is it worth it? Look, I don't know. I'm not bagging on Connecticut. I'm not saying anything. He just, he runs pretty deliberate spreadsheets. And he goes, Josh, it's going to cost me 500,000 schmackes to stay in Connecticut. And ironically, someone has sent me this from Kiplinger from just a few months ago, which I had literally sitting there in my Chromebook in the browser window. I said, all right, let me just knock. I don't have anything going on today. It's great. No clients to talk to, no kids to pick up from school. Well, hold on just a second. Until 35 minutes from now. So I've been able to knock out lots of videos. Got a lot of stuff done around the house. Actually, I really haven't. But anyway, so let's go over this. But I've been able to knock out some videos and take care of some maintenance, which is good. So Kiplinger's Dateline, July 4th, 2019, the 31 cheapest cities for early retirement in the good old US of A. And look, they're happy. They're counting pennies. No one's happy counting pennies, my friends. That's fake news right there. Kiplinger, fake news. There's not one person in the world that's happy doing that. All right, so stop. Stop. Early retirement can be more than just a daydream for those long Tuesday afternoons at work. With some smart planning, can make leaving the workforce early a reality. You just have to keep in mind the unique challenges that face early retirees, all right? So let's take a look. So the biggest one, of course, would be healthcare. Everyone, you know, that's the biggest one. There's just no other way around that. I don't know what to do about that, Frank. I mean, I was on MediShare, which I liked. I don't know how that would, you can't have pre-existing conditions. I don't know how that would work with ACA. I haven't been on ACA. We looked at ACA, Affordable Care Act, before Charlotte went back to work, and I basically wanted to put my head in a vice and squeeze. And I would have been happier than having to figure all that stuff out. It was nuts. I put my name in some insurance brokers to call me. I was not satisfied there. I just don't know. I don't know. And we were on COBRA for, 18 months when I left USAA. And, man, that wasn't cheap. It's $2,100 a month. All right. Let's keep going. With that in mind, we pinpointed 50 great places in the U.S. for early retires, one in each state, focused on living costs, median incomes, and poverty rates for residents aged 45 to 64, as well as local tax environments and labor markets, just in case you want a second act for your retirement, to stretch your retirement savings further. Of our 50 picks, 31 destinations offer particularly low living costs, which heightens the chance of your money lasting through your extra-long retirement and beyond. So for me, AA baseball team, I would like to have minor league hockey. All right, AA baseball, minor league hockey. What else do I need? I need natural gas. Can't be any bans on natural gas. Can't be any bans on fracking or pipelines. Natural gas, AA baseball, minor league hockey. And it'd be preferable if they had good barbecue and they were not anti-meat. Because I ask you, like some of these places, they're getting worse and worse on meat, on butchers. Because I like my beef, all right? Anyway, so Huntsville, oh yeah. Huntsville, Alabama, yes. Oh, I love Huntsville. I'm telling you, Huntsville, they had the Huntsville Stars. I saw them one of the last games they ever played. Then they moved to Mobile, and then they came back. Population, 450,000 roughly. 27% of the population is between 45 and 64. Retired cost of living is below national average. Median income is $77,000, and they got the University of Alabama Huntsville there with the boys who use the satellite data to smash the climate change alarmists. That's freaking awesome. Home of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center, Redstone Arsenal, so a lot of military folks there. Huntsville campus, the University of Alabama. Yeah, big fan. And there's lots of lakes right by. It's about 3 hours away from here. Alabama's just great. You got Orange Beach down south. You got Huntsville and the lakes up north. Yeah, it's fantastic. Lots of timber, lots of pines. It's beautiful. Lake Havasu, Arizona. Population, but how many people? Population? Yeah, Huntsville, about 450. That's like perfect. Population 200,000 there. 28% of the population is between 45 and 64. Retired cost of living is right at the national average, and median income is $44,000. State's retirees tax picture is mixed. In Huntsville, state's retirees tax picture is tax friendly. Very low property taxes too. So good, man. Yep. It's situated on the eastern shore of the Namesake Lake. It's a popular destination for co-eds on spring break. Why do they call them? Doesn't co-eds mean girls? I always thought co-eds meant girls, but who knows? Too hot for me, man. The lake, not enough green, so I'll bag that. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Is that where old Clinton's from? About 100,000 people there, 27% of the population. Oops, there goes my spout. All right, so when the wife calls, you pick up. You pick up. All right, so we got Hot Springs, Arkansas. Never been there. About 100,000 people. Below the national average by 8%. About 50,000 is a median income, and Arkansas is not tax friendly. That's for sure. I'm not going to go through all the commentary on this. We're just going to read them. Tampa, I like Tampa, man. It's just the humidity. I can't. It's just too humid. But I like Tampa. I like going down. We saw the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's a little island right off the thing of Tampa. I enjoyed it immensely. 3 million. Population age of 45 to 64 is 27%, almost 10% below national average. Most tax friendly, about $70,000 is the median income. I don't think they're going to have a Major League Baseball team for much longer. It's weird. The Lightning are doing well, only because they're winning. The Devil Rays are sucking wind, and I think the Bucks, when they're not winning, they don't do very well either. I like Tampa, that's for sure. All right, let's keep going. Savannah. All right, look at that. That definitely looks like the Deep South right there, doesn't it? Wow, about 400,000 people live in Savannah. I've literally never been to Savannah. About 10% below national average. $70,000 a median income, and Georgia is mostly tax friendly, or most tax friendly. I completely agree, especially for I don't know about Savannah property. I don't know. I've heard Charleston, West Virginia, or Savannah. That Charleston, not Charleston, West Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina versus Savannah. That Charleston, South Carolina takes the cake. So just be advised. Twin Falls, Idaho. Actually, just got some folks from Twin Falls, Idaho, that hired me to be their financial planner. 100,000 people roughly, about 10% below national average. 22.6% of the population there is between 45 and 64, and the median income is $58,000 for that age group. Mixed state tax picture is mixed. A brilliant blend of affordability and economic stability. Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. That's where the University of Illinois is, right? And we're just going to bag that. State tax, retirees tax picture is mixed, but look, man, we know Illinois is a basket case. They should divide it, have Chicago as its own state, and let the rest of Illinois free the rest of the state for sure. Free the rest of the state for sure. We got 73,000 as the median, 10% below national average in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois. Isn't that interesting? All right. Do they have minor league hockey? Do they have minor league baseball? Evansville, Indiana. There you go. Yeah, I can handle Evansville, I think. I've never been there. About 315,000, 6.4% below national average, and 61,000 is the median income for those folks, 45 to 64. Least tax friendly. Yeah, Indiana is not tax favorable at all. Isn't that crazy? Illinois is tax friendlier than Indiana for now. Property tax will get you though, my friends. Look, I'd much rather pay higher income tax and low property tax, because income tax you can get income tax you can work, just Roth IRAs and whatnot. Des Moines, Iowa. I've been there. My brother and I stopped downtown one time 97, 23 years ago, 96, 95 maybe, yeah, 25 years ago. We had a family reunion in Indiana. 623,000, about 25% of the population is aged 45 to 64, roughly 9% below the national average of income, of retired cost of living, and it's 81,000 a year is a median income between the 40 and 65 set. So pretty good. Iowa is not tax friendly either. The Midwest is not. Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, Nebraska, Kansas, not tax friendly. Topeka, Kansas, too flat for me. Least tax friendly, again, about 250,000 people. Again, below national average for cost of living. Louisville, Kentucky. All right, there you go. 1.3 million people. We know they got a AAA team. I don't know if they have a minor league hockey team, but they do have a AAA baseball team. And because I think Louisville is close to Cincinnati and Ohio, you have access to minor league teams around there, that's for sure. 27% of the population is between 45 and 64. About 7% below the national average for cost of living, and about 65,000 a year is a median income. Lafayette, Louisiana. That's exactly what I look when I think Louisiana. I think that right there. That does not look pretty to me. That looks mosquito bug infected. About 500,000 people live there. 8.5% below national average. Louisiana is quite tax friendly, and the median income is about $55,000. Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's weird. Weird those got those two buildings. 1 million people live there. 2.2% below national average, and 71,000 is the median income. And Michigan is not tax friendly. Biloxi, Mississippi, about 400,000. Wow. 26% of the population is between 45 and 64, well below national average in terms of cost of living. And then 53,000 is the median income in Mississippi is very, very favorable tax-wise. St. Louis, about 3 million people there, 9.9% below national average cost of living. Missouri is mixed in terms of taxes, and about 72,000 is the median income. Omaha, Nebraska. Nebraska is, again, least tax friendly. About 1 million people live there roughly, almost. 25% of the population is between 45 and 64, a little bit below national average for cost of living, and about 76,000 is the median income. Albuquerque didn't do anything for me. Let me guess. They say something about, what was that one show, Breaking Bad? Can we stop talking about Breaking Bad? Oh, it's like the cool kids. Everyone's Breaking Bad. Can we stop making reference to Breaking Bad? This bores me. 900,000 people live there. Oh, it's only 2.4% below national average. But 60,000 is the median income, and New Mexico is least tax friendly. Buffalo, New York, you got to be kidding me. About 1 million people live there. 6% below national average, a high population between 45 and 64. And of course, New York is not tax friendly. The median income there is 67,000. Right? Raleigh, North Carolina, 1.3 million. 26% of the population is between 45 and 64. 7.3% cost of living below national average, and 82,000 is the median income, and not tax friendly is North Carolina. Bismarck, North Dakota, that looks flat to me. It looks like you could get swamped in ice storms, snowstorms, whiteouts. About 128,000 people live there. 2.8% below national average, and yet for cost of living, and 82,000 is a median income. Of course, North Dakota and South Dakota are quite tax friendly. Cincinnati, there you go. About 2 million people live, and they're talking the metropolitan area, by the way. 27% below, 27% share population aged 45 to 64. 4.2% below national average, and 72,000 is the median income. And Ohio is a mixed tax state. Thanks, Kasich. Oklahoma City. I'm not a fan of John Kasich, just in case you're wondering. 1.4 million live there. 24% is the population of our range group. 14% below national average, and is flat. Look at that as a board. No, thank you. And 65,000 is the median income. And Oklahoma is not very tax friendly. Greenville, South Carolina. There you go. It's only 2.6 below national average because Greenville is booming. I love Greenville. Greenville is freaking awesome, my friends. 26% of the population is between 45 and 64. About 60,000 is the median income. Greenville is just freaking awesome. There's no other way around that. I could handle Greenville. Man, they got so many restaurants in there. It's freaking awesome. Pierre, South Dakota. 22,000 people live there. Is that the capital? 2.5% below national average. And of those 21,000 people, or 22, 27.8% are the age of 45 to 64. South Dakota, of course, is quite tax friendly, and their median income in Old Pierre is 72,000. Knoxville, Tennessee, not Knoxville. I'd rather be in Johnson City, to be honest. So ETSU, Eastern Tennessee State University. You can actually get a degree in bluegrass if you're so inclined to spend money. But almost bordering on 1,862,000 people, well below the national average at 17.4%. 58,000 is the median income, and 27% of the population is between 45 and 64. Doesn't do anything for me. Knoxville doesn't do anything for me. Sherman, Texas. Now, that's kind of cute. Don't know where that is. About 126,000 people. 26% of the population is between 45 and 64. Well below the national average in income and cost of living, about 14%. $65,000 is the median income in Texas is tax friendly except for property tax. I'm telling you, this property tax will eat you alive. Ogden, Utah. Now that looks gorgeous. That looks gorgeous. 650,000 people live in Old Ogden. 20% of the population is between 45 and 64. It's about, just right on par with national retired cost of living. 85,000 people. 85,000 is the median income, and Utah is least tax friendly. Roanoke, VA. There's another place I can handle right there. Yep, it's got everything I want. About 313,000, about 28% of the population is between 45 and 64, 10% below the national average, and 63,000 is the median income in Virginia. It's quite tax friendly. Morgantown, oh man, my wife will never move to West Virginia, but I love West Virginia. West Virginia is freaking awesome. No other way around. See, I need to have the water or the mountains. One of those two things. Look at that. That's and in Western Virginia, you got that too. I love, look at that. 135,000 people roughly, 23% of the population is between 45 and 64. West Virginia is not tax friendly, but it's so cheap to live there, it doesn't matter. 6% below the national average. Trust me, West Virginia, they say it's not tax friendly, but I'm telling you, look twice because it's not bad. And 63,000 is the median income. That's just gorgeous, man. Green Bay, Wisconsin, I just think cold, and Packers, 315,000, 27% of the population is between 45 and 64, 10% below the national average. And I hope they still, even though they got a Democrat governor up there now, I hope they still have natural gas to heat your home. The median income there is $70,000. I've never been to Green Bay. That'd be fun to go there one time. They got to say something about the Packers here, right? I guess not. Cool. Cheyenne, Wyoming. When I went through there, I was not impressed. When I saw Buffalo coming up from Fort Collins, going that highway. I loved it. Cheyenne did nothing for me. Wyoming is very tax favorable, though. About 97,000 people. 26% are the age of 45 to 64. 7.9% below the national average for cost of living, and $75,000 is the median income, and very tax friendly. And there you go. They don't have anything in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut. They did have one for New York. They don't have anything for, my phone is ringing. They don't have anything for, Georgia, North Carolina. I guess they had most of the other states, right? Did they have they didn't have anything for California, Washington, Oregon. They had Arizona. I don't think they had anything for Nevada either, which is weird. But there you go. So the 31 cheapest cities to live in for early retirement, or for retirement generally. I'd like to hear your comments on that. What do you like to be? Where would you be of those states? For me, it'd be Morgantown, Roanoke. There's a couple others I'm missing, but Morgantown, Roanoke. The other ones I can't remember just because it started so soon. Sherman, Texas. I can't remember. Evansville, Indiana. And I think that's all I can think about right now just because I forgot. All right, we'll see you guys.